Hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. My name's Bill, and I know it's been a little bit since I've streamed. That has a lot to do with my mental health and just other shit going on in my life that took a little bit of a break from streaming. But I think I'm going to get back into it. Got a lot coming up. So yeah, we're back with WWE 2k19. Just want to make sure that I don't have the same issue as last week. Yeah, so audio is good. We'll get started. So we are currently in August, week 2, leading up to, what did I name this pay-per-view? Starrcade, right. So for NWA, we got Ric Flair, Sami Zayn, Ciampa, Gable, Killian Dane, Tatanka, Jason Jordan, Jake Roberts, Finn Balor, Ted DiBiase, and Gibson Dawson. So I think this week we're going to watch the Ciampa, Gable, and the Finn Balor, Ted DiBiase matches. That should be fun. Let's recap who the champions are. Balor, Dane, Rock and Roll, and Jason Jordan. Okay. Let's start the show. Hopefully everyone out there is doing pretty good. I know it's been a while. Like I said, I'm doing better. Got a lot of things in the works with my podcast. So if you are a fan of baseball, subscribe to our podcast. It's called Two Balls and a Strike. We got some big things coming up in the future that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully everything works out, and it's going to be some big episodes coming. About the stream, a lot of new games out that I want to play. We're in Halloween season, so there are some spooky games that I want to play. So I think Wednesday, I'll be playing Five Nights at Freddy's for the first time. I do have all 4 of the games downloaded on my computer, so I'll play the first one on Wednesday. That should be fun. All right, Ric Flair, Sami Zayn. Ric Flair wins. Ciampa, Gable. Let's get into it. Yeah, not to get too personal, but I've been going to therapy. I started going to the gym again last week. I have been working out, like, at home. Like, more calisthenics, like push-ups and squats and stuff like that. I did have dumbbells here. But yeah, now I'm back at the gym. There's one 5-10 minutes down the road from me, which is nice. Really nice gym, too. So I started doing that again, and I just got to worry about eating healthier, because going to the gym, you can do all that you want, but if you're not eating healthy, really don't matter. Considering I just downed a medium pizza from Domino's and some wings, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. But one step at a time. All right, Ciampa, Gable, they have matching gear. This would actually be a really good tag team. If they were a team, that would be a lot of fun. Jumping Hurricanrana from Ciampa. Trying to think what else. About halfway through Saturday's episode of Dynamite, so I gotta watch that. Yeah, I also had 3 weddings and a bachelor party over the last month, so that was very exhausting. And expensive. So, really wasn't doing much after that. What else? Went to two AEW shows, the one in Newark and the one in Philly. Both really fun. Really long shows, too, because they filmed Dark, then Dynamite, and then Rampage right after. So, it's like 5.5 hours. It's a lot. But yeah. That's about all that's going on in my life. Ciampa rolls out of an arm breaker. Sorry, I didn't want to cough into the microphone. Nice dropkick from Gable. Going for a pin after that? 1. Yeah, not a good look. Sorry, just fixing the camera real quick. There we go. Don't mind the messy bed behind me. I'm going to bed in like 3 hours anyway, so it don't matter. And I'm also thinking about starting another podcast / YouTube show where listen to an album that I either haven't listened to or it's been a while, and I review it. Just something short like that. Interesting takedown from Chad Gable into a knee bar. But I think that would be pretty cool. Like, just listen to an album, give your thoughts on it. Like, it doesn't have to be long, just a quick listen. Because there's so much music that I've missed, because I continuously listen to, like, the same, like, 500, 600 songs on my way to work and in between jobs and stuff, that, I don't know, it'll force me to listen to other music, which is always a good thing, because music is awesome. Ooh! Ciampa right in front of the ref, did not give a fuck. Low blow. Maybe he was just getting frustrated from Chad Gable. Wow. Okay. Ciampa didn't want to deal with that anymore. It's a very interesting strategy from Ciampa there. Alright, moving on. Killian Dane wins. Jake Roberts pins the national champion. And we got Finn Balor. Non-title match against Ted DiBiase. Alright. If Ted DiBiase gets the win, maybe he'll be in line for a title shot at the pay-per-view. We will see. Nice headlock takedown. Nice Russian leg sweep. Depending on how quick the show goes, I may do another week. We may continue on. I'll just cut it up into 2 parts. So DiBiase keeping Finn Balor grounded, which is very important if he wants to win the match. Very long headlock. Alright, I don't think Finn Balor even escaped. Ted DiBiase just let it go. Nice chop into... Oh my god. Running drop kick to the side of the head. Pretty much to the temple of Ted DiBiase. Ref. Not even a 1 count. That's a rope break. Both men are picking very interesting spots to pin their opponent when it's not even close to a 1 count. They're not even close to doing a lot of damage either. Oh, knee to the small of the back. Not even a 1 count. What is going on? What a waste of time these pins are. I mean, I guess you're making your opponent use energy by kicking out, but, like, do some more damage. 1. Alright, we're getting somewhere. I guess they're listening. Drop down. Missed the drop kick. He held on to the ropes. Alright, falling elbow drop right into the sternum. The ref, 1, 2. Just made it to a 2 count. He's eyeing him up for something. $1 Million Dream? Oh, he countered it. Finn Balor got out of it. Ted DiBiase back in control. And... oof. Hung him up over the ropes. I think it was at this point where Ciampa low-blowed Gable in the first match. Swinging neck breaker. Nice cravat. And another headlock from Ted DiBiase. Slowing it down, kid. But Finn Balor's fighting back. Flatliner. Finn Balor going to the top. Looks like he's going coup de grace. With a 1, 2. Oh, Ted DiBiase kicks out of the coup de grace. Okay. Alright, I don't know what he's taunting for. Is he going for it again? Does he have one more in him? Okay, he's got one more. He's got it. That should be it. 1, 2. Alright, Ted DiBiase's kicked out of 2 coup de grace. Finn Balor taunting again. He's going back to the top. Nice front drop kick. Couple forearms. Sling blade. What is he doing? Stop wasting time, buddy. That's what happens. You waste too much time, your opponent has a chance to fight back. Ted DiBiase going for the fallen elbow drop again. Kick to the back. Ted DiBiase. Is he going for it? Oh, figure 4. Okay. Referee's right there. Finn Balor counters it. One, 2. Thought he was in the ropes, but I guess not. Finn Balor, I think he's going for the shotgun drop kick. There it is. He's going for a 3rd coup de grace. Jackson Jordan, welcome. How you doing, buddy? His 3rd coup de grace of the match. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Took a lot, but Finn Balor picks up the victory. Hey, Breeze. How you doing, buddy? Long time. And, oh, here comes Kevin Owens. I'm good. Doing a lot better than I was. September was a very interesting month for me. But things are looking up, which is good. Finn Balor just had a match. You can see the sweat glistening off of him. Whoa! What a raid. Holy crap. Jordan, appreciate the raid. Thank you, sir. Oh, my. Oof, okay. Welcome, everyone, to the stream. I am doing a WWE 2k19 universe mode. We are about 4 months into it. Yeah, no. Not a fan of that. Appreciate it, though. Appreciate the support. So we just had Finn Balor beat... There we go. All good. No worries. Everyone's got some different rules on their stream. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, guys. So yeah, we just watched Chad Gable win by DQ over Ciampa. Simulated those. Finn Balor defeated Ted DiBiase. And we'll skip this match. Scott Dawson beats Robert Gibson. And we are moving on to our next show, which is Lucha Underground. Yeah, I try to limit emote spamming, and then I don't like big giant blocks of text. So if you type in a lot, you may get a warning for that. All right, next show, we're going on to Lucha Underground. What do we got here? We have Johnny Gargano against Bobby Fish. We have Oni Lorcan against Rick Martel, which would be a very interesting match in real life. Daivari against Curtis Axel. Luke Gallows against Andrade. This looks like AEW. Vader and Lio Rush against Jack Gallagher and Keith Lee. And our main event, Kevin Nash and Rey Mysterio. Ooh, what 2 matches do you guys want to watch? Pick 2. We watch 2 from every show. Everything else gets simulated. So everyone here, if you are a wrestling fan, or even if you're not, which 2 matches interest you? I will let that sit for a little bit. And again, thank you, Jordan, for the raid. I greatly appreciate that. And everyone who stopped by, I appreciate that as well. Thanks for sticking around. I usually go for about an hour and a half when I do these simulations. If these matches end quicker, I'm going to do another week. We'll do August of week 3 as well, as we lead into the pay-per-view in a couple weeks. But yeah, we're going to do 2 matches here. I'm leaning Gargano Fish and the tag match. We got Rey Mysterio and Kevin Nash. Vader, Lio Rush, Jack Gallagher, Keith Lee. Gallows, Almas, which I'm probably going to skip that one. Daivari and Axel. Yeah, I'm leaning Gargano Fish and Nash Mysterio. If anyone has any objections, let me know. If not, I'm going to get the show started. I was just saying earlier that since we are in spooky season, and I'm going to get back to streaming on a more consistent basis, Wednesday I'm going to be streaming Five Nights at Freddy's. I love those games. I love those kind of games, like those suspense games that just keep you waiting for something to happen. So we'll do Five Nights at Freddy's on Wednesday, and then we'll figure out what I'm doing Friday. But yeah, I'm going to go Ricochet Bobby Fish. Nope, that's not the match. It's Gargano Bobby Fish. Yeah, a lot of people played it, and I figured it's Halloween. It's a good time to play that kind of game. And I got plenty of other games on my desktop that I could definitely fill in the gaps. But Five Nights at Freddy's is a very fun game. I've been playing a little bit through Hades off stream. I've been playing MLB The Show. Obviously, the content is still pumping out. City Skylines I've been playing still. What else am I playing? I downloaded the Avengers game because it was just put on Game Pass, but I really don't want to play it because I've heard really bad things about it. So I may just skip that one. What else am I playing? All right, Jordan. Thank you, sir. You go eat. Appreciate the raid again. You have yourself a good night, bud. All right, we got Gargano with Fish in the ropes, with Bobby Fish fighting back. Nice backbreaker there. Ah. Forgot how much talking you got to do on stream. You got to have a lot of water. Nice knee bar, but he's clearly in the ropes right there. He's literally caught up in the ropes. Nice back suplex from Johnny Gargano. Cheers, everyone. Got my little emote going. I know I got a ways to go to get my second emote, just for like subscriber points and stuff like that, how Twitch works. But I do have like a rage one in mind that I want to do. Nice dragon whip by Fish and a couple kicks. Yeah, so Bobby Fish just joined AEW. I'm indifferent to that signing. I know he's a bit older, and it's another ex-WWE guy, so he would have been fine on the Indies. Maybe like a couple appearances here and there with AEW, but being a full-time guy, I don't know. There's no appeal without Kyle O'Reilly. He just seems like another guy. He's had really good matches so far. I know he had the one with Daniel Bryan. He just had the one with, what's his name? I think it was Lee Moriarty, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. I was at the AEW show in Philly where he challenged Sammy Guevara to the TNT title match. That was a really good match, actually. I mean, it's a mix of both, Breeze. It's guys who were released and they decide to go to AEW, or guys who let their contracts expire and they ended up going to AEW. Like Adam Cole, his contract lapsed, so he decided to go to AEW. Daniel Bryan, same thing. His contract expired and he went there. But then there's other guys like a Miro, Brody Lee at the time, a couple other guys whose WWE released them, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll pick them up." So it's a mix of both, that wrestlers are leaving to go to AEW, but also wrestlers are getting cut, and they end up going to AEW anyway. But I mean, I can't blame AEW for that, because if WWE is releasing these talented guys, pick them up. It's the same thing if it happened in a sports, like in like NFL or baseball. Like, you have a team cut a really good player, you're going to go out and pick them up, aren't you? But I don't know. I just feel, I think AEW has a big enough roster that they don't need to keep signing these guys. They have a lot of their own talents. So trying to keep that balance is going to be very interesting, but it's a deep roster, that's for sure. And Gargano busts Bobby Fish open with a DDT, and Kyle O'Reilly's doing his job by distracting the referee. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have these other players that are out there, and if a team cuts them, you're going to pick them up to make your team better. AEW is doing the same thing. Gargano looks a little exhausted as he's going to the top rope. A bloody Bobby Fish on the ground. He's calling for something. Gargano. Oh my god, he's jumping, or like a super blockbuster there. Nice uppercut from Fish. Blocks the forearm. And a super kick. Holy crap. Spun him out of his shoes. Got bloody Fish. Exploder suplex into the corner. Was that a knee? I couldn't even tell what he hit him with. 1, 2. Oof. Long 2 count. So yeah, we're going this. We have this match, and we're doing the Kevin Nash Rey Mysterio match. I think we're gonna do another week. Another knee bar, but I think Gargano's in the ropes. So I think we're gonna go on to August week 3 after the Nash Mysterio match. It's only been about a half hour. Can't end it there. Lawn dart. Oof. Head first into the corner. Kyle O'Reilly's doing something fishy. No pun intended. Referee's distracted again. Up, Gargano escape. Oh, I think he might have been in the ropes. And he's going to snap that arm back. Whew. One, two, three. Kyle O'Reilly tried to get the ref, I guess, but unsuccessful, and Gargano wins. Very interesting way to end that match. Oh my god, Bobby Fish is a bloody mess. Holy shit. Kyle O'Reilly does not look happy. Oh, we got a little beef between the two. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got some trouble in the water. Again, not another pun with Bobby Fish. Not another pun. That was unintentional. Oh, man, I got to burp. Too much Domino's. Again, medium pizza and a side of wings. Too much food. Lorcan Martel. Only Lorcan wins. Davari, Curtis Axel. Curtis Axel wins. Gallows, Almas. Luke Gallows wins. Oh, yeah. It was either the tag match or that. All right, we'll simulate the tag match. Jack Gallagher wins. And if they have another match the following week, we'll do that. Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio in your main event. I think Rey Mysterio has a couple wins over Kevin Nash, if I'm not mistaken. But these two have gone back and forth as they try to move up the ranks to get a Lucha Underground Championship match. And counters the neck breaker. Crucifix into the corner. That's not going to count. He's on the ropes. Rey using his quickness early. And a ref bump. Ref is down already. Scott Hall trying to get involved. Nice side slam. Looks to be enough distraction. Uh-oh. Nash is on the ropes. We going for a 619 already? Oh, no. Just hangs him up over the top rope, or the middle rope. Nice snap. What is that, snapmare? Rey targeting those legs of Kevin Nash. We know he has a history of quad tears. So smart move to target that. Does Kevin Nash go to tap? No, Rey lets him go. A shoulder tackle. Big elbow drop. Rey goes for a wheel kick, but he like just grazes Kevin Nash there. Dodges. And oof. Scott Hall slides in a chair right in front of the referee. It's a very interesting move. Or interesting decision. Scott Hall getting involved. Oh, Kevin Nash is using the chair. Oh my God, the ref's distracted. That worked out perfectly for them. Veterans of the business. Nash set up the chair in the corner. That could backfire. And it does. Oh my God. Rey throws Nash headfirst into the chair. This is the opening that he needs. Another snapmare. 1, 2. Oh. A kick to the back. And 619. Referee distracted though. Rey, what are you doing? Going to the top. Frog splash. And Scott Hall distracts the referee. That would have did it. That might have been the 3 count. That might have been a 3. But Scott Hall, very smart man. 1, 2. Only a 2 count there. Kevin Nash gets to his feet. Oh my God, what a big boot. 1, 2. All right, we got a couple 2 counts. I think the next big move wins it for either man. Nash looks like he's eyeing him up for the jackknife. There it is. Can Rey escape? Can he counter? No. He just throws him down. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Nash picks up the victory. So what's it been? A half hour? Yeah, we're going to do another week. We will definitely go through another week of this. Rey to his feet. What? Whoa. Whoa, Rey. Rey's showing a little bit of an attitude right now. Kevin Nash being the bigger man, no pun intended. Rey, not happy. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. All right, we'll move on to Velocity, our little minor show. And then we'll move on to week 3. Shane Thorne, Nick Miller against Roderick Strong, Aiden English. Leo Rush against Tatanka. Morrison and Tyler Breeze. So we'll simulate all this. Strong, Rush, Breeze win. And, all right. That is it for August week 3. We will be back later for August week 4. Nope, I lied. That was August week 2. We're going to be back with August week 3 just a bit later. Until then, peace.